Joining us now is Ojy Okpe with stories trending around the world. Hello, Jinx.
Good morning, Dr.
Abati. Friday.
TGIF, and it's a beautiful Friday because you have inspired a lot of people with your sound. And you know we're going to highlight that right now. Well, good morning, Ayo. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great.
Perfect. TGIF, Rufai. Should we begin what's trending? I know it's not violence right now. We're having fun today. Well, let's begin what's trending. Earlier in the week, social media was awash with reactions after a video surfaced online showing two young girls who reside in the United Kingdom imitating Dr. Reuben Abati and my very self in a recreation of what's trending with Ojy Okpe. The video was posted on X with the caption, "When parents binge on Arise TV, this is what you get." Let's take a look.
Hello, joining us now is Ojy Okpe with stories trending around the world. Hello, Jinx.
Thank you, Dr. Abati. How are you?
Fine.
Hello, Rufai. Hello, Ayo. Are you guys okay? Good morning, viewers. Welcome to another episode of Trending. Now let's get started. So to our first story, on Tuesday afternoon, there was smoke coming from a daycare, and there's been reports that it's been coming across a school called Felmore Primary School. We need to be very careful about this. It could cause children to choke or cough.
Dr. Abati, what's your take on this? I think the government needs to handle this now.
You're right, Dr. Abati. Thank you, Dr. Abati.
Thank you, Rufai.
Thank you, Ayo, for your contributions, as always. Our condolences to all our victims of Ibadan explosion. Now that's all we have for you on What's Trending today. See you all tomorrow. Goodbye.
Well, joining us now from our studio in the United Kingdom are 7-year-old Tiara, who played my role, and 5-year-old Tireni, who played Dr. Reuben Abati. They are both accompanied by their mother, Tolu Okeowo, who posted the video on X. Welcome to the morning show, guys. How are you? I guess congratulations.
Thank you.
Perfect. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Tolu, and of course our admirers. Tiara and Tireni. I guess I'll start with you, Tiara, and Tolu, you will help us, right? You'll help us ask these questions.
Sure.
Tiara, and this is for Tiara. How many times would you say that you watched What's Trending with your parents? And did you expect, what did you say? Did you expect for the video to go viral? It's actually gone viral. It's been reposted more than 300 times on Twitter, 200,000 times on Twitter.
Because Tiara, how many times have you watched What's Trending? And when you did the video, did you expect it to go viral like that?
I didn't expect it to go.
Louder, like how many times have you watched it?
I've watched the Rise News like a couple of times.
Wow!
And I didn't expect it to go viral because it was just a video and it was going on Instagram. I didn't know in one day it would go up to 80 and then 150.
Well, Tiara, you did an amazing job. You did a wonderful job. A lot of people have said that you should go into broadcasting. But I understand that you want to be a lawyer. And I guess I'll throw a question, Dr. Abati will throw a question to Tireni as well. So tell us about your future career. What would you like to become?
Mommy, I see her right there.
So, tell us about your future career. What do you like to become?
I'd like to become a lawyer.
Why?
Because sometimes the world isn't fair, and I want to make the world fair. People cheat on each other. They keep on fighting. They don't make the world fair. And if it keeps on going on like this, the world won't be a happy place. So as a lawyer, I want to protect the world, make it fair, and make it be a happy place.
Fantastic. You are so inspirational. Dr. Abati, I would like for you to ask a question because you were obviously in the video.
Okay. Just to ask Tireni, I mean, what we also like to become, your sister wants to become a lawyer in the future. I know it's still early stages yet, but what would you like to be too in the future? And to their mom, tell us how they are like at home, because the home environment is also, something. What is the home environment like?
Okay. All right, so I'll let Tireni go first.
Yes,
Tireni, Dr. Abati wants to know what you want to be when you grow up.
I want to be a pilot.
A pilot, why?
Because I want to be rich and make money.
Okay. All right, so around the house, I would say that they're natural entertainers. I think that video actually, came out because I decided that this year I'm going to stop limiting them. I'm just going to try to put them out there because sometimes at home they just do these things even without me watching. Sometimes I find out too late for me to record. And then even when we record sometimes, because it wasn't planned, they're not those sort of videos you want to put out there. So, this year I hear them say, so from about late last year, sometimes they walk around the house and they're just, murmuring, Ojy Okpe, Ojy and all of that. And then one day Tiara just said that, she wanted to do this with my phone. She wanted to record herself, and she did. It wasn't so bad. And then I thought that, okay, it might not be bad to have a second character. So we asked Tireni what character she would like to play, and she said she would do Dr. Abati. And so that was how it came about. So naturally in the house, they just love, anything entertainment. When they say things on the TV, they want to mimic it and stuff like that. A lot of times, they're only coming out now because my husband and I are very, very busy. We've not had time to actually help their entertainment life go out there. Basically, so.
Well, for us, this is really very
Absolutely. Well, Tolu, you have done a fantastic job, and I'm sure that you're going to go ahead and, I've seen that you started a page on social media for them. They must continue on the entertainment because they did a fantastic job. Well done, both of you. Congratulations, Tiara and Tireni. Well, before we go, let's play a video of Tiara and Tireni dancing to Umbrella featuring Wande Cole. Born stars. Congratulations to all of them. Kudos. Dr. Abati, this goes to show how much influence the morning show and Arise TV has, on the global scale.
You cannot be more correct.
Yes, absolutely. Well, all right, let's continue on what's trending. Yesterday we took the story and you were put on the spot. And we asked a question, who is Aisha Achimugu? And we had this huge party that was trending on social media, and a lot of people are asking who she is. Let me tell you who she is. Dr. Aisha Achimugu is an entrepreneur, financier, and industrialist who is making a positive impact in society through her incredible endeavors, including highly successful businesses that have transformed lives, created jobs, and provided a social purpose for man. She recently celebrated her 50th birthday in Grenada, eliciting several reactions. Let's take a look at that video before we come back for a discussion.
Aisha is a wonderful lady. She's really an icon of humanitarianism. She cares about people. So I wasn't surprised that she won that award yesterday, or that indeed she got the highest score of all such awards.
There's something amazing about you. The things I used to do when I was in Lagos is what you've turned Abuja to. You have challenged the men in Abuja to live well.
Aisha and I have come a long way. Aisha is a wonderful person, very hard-working human being. This is what she got. She deserves it, and she deserves more.
I would rather want to talk about Aisha as a mother. At all times, when she's talking, she puts her family first. She puts her children first. She gives them the very best that she can afford. Not very many mothers combine their businesses and their family.
And tonight, I join your friends and well-wishers to wish you the very best, because you have worked very hard for this country. You have put women in the front burner. You have shown that what men can do, women can do better. We wish you the very best.
All right, we wish her a happy 50th birthday. But Dr. Abati, I mean, this is not the first time she's doing a gala in this, way. And I believe 10 years ago or 9 years ago, she also celebrated her party. I believe that was actually in the Dome. I'd like your input on her celebration and also the fact that, all of those comments are coming on social media, wondering why she had to celebrate her birthday in Grenada.
Okay. You asked the question, who is Dr. Aisha Achimugu? Full names, Dr. Aisha Sulaiman Achimugu. And she has a national honor of the Order of the Federal Republic, OFR, given to her by President Buhari. People say on account of her success as an entrepreneur in the oil and gas sector. So she's one of our national honor recipients. Secondly, she was married to late engineer Achimugu, who was at the time managing director of the PPMC, a petroleum marketing company, and who was the first man in Nigeria to have been announced to have died as a result of COVID-19. Those who do not like her will say she's a merry widow. Merry widows, flaunting wealth. Now, this is not the first time she will have an elaborate party. 10 years ago when she turned 40, everybody said, oh, that was the best party in town. But this time around, she has even surpassed her own performance 10 years ago. Once upon a time in this country, people used to go and hold parties in London. They will go Friday, they will party till Sunday evening and come back. That was in the days of the oil boom. One would think that that had ended, but apparently there's still a lot of money in some pockets that they could charter flights, take the rich and the deep pockets, and go all the way to Grenada in the Caribbean islands and have a whole week event. In fact, Mrs. Achimugu surpassed anybody's expectations. Day 1 to day 7 in Grenada, including renting rooms in Silver Sands Hotel and Calvini Hotel, where I understand that you pay $800 per night. The musicians that were taken there, some informants have said each one of them was paid $400,000 per performance. The master of ceremony was also specially taken from Nigeria. And when she entered the hall for the event, in fact, she was carried by some able-bodied men as if they were carrying a colonial overlord. So it was a very colorful event. And when she herself took to the dance floor, there was a rain of dollars.
Yeah.
So it was a very conspicuous, very lavish party, appropriately named Gala. And what she even said, she described herself as somebody who has class, elegance, and equity. That's the source of the ace that you were referring to. So the Grenada part has been concluded. She has dual nationality. Okay, she has Grenada citizenship, and she even gave money, gifts, school bags to school children, and she featured on Grenada television. So if you say why Grenada, she's also a citizen of Grenada, and Nigeria recognizes dual nationality. As for the money, well, she's not been a public official. People may say you have a right to spend your money the way you like. But the party is not over. The party is continuing in Nigeria. This evening, there is an event at the Transcorp Hilton Hotel
in
Abuja,
okay, good.
where there will be a big celebration.
Yeah.
And it's not ending today again. No, it's not ending today. There is special dinner tomorrow at the International Conference Center.
Well, I'm sure Arise will be there.
They will move from Transcorp today. Tomorrow is at the International Conference Center. The invitation cards are all over the place.
Do you have one?
Some people have sent the cards to my
I knew it!
But it's not the kind of company.
I knew it. So this weekend is pepper soup and jollof this weekend.
No, it's not the kind of company in which I would like to find myself. But what many people have also complained about is the number of people from Nigeria who took private jets to go to Grenada. Governors, oil and gas executives, Nollywood people, all kinds of persons. But well, what can we say? Nobody has looked for their money. Nobody has said that their dollar is missing. Nobody has said she should come and explain how she took hotel of $800 per night. And I'm sure the people that went there enjoyed themselves. But at a time when the poor are groaning, this kind of conspicuous consumption, this elitism supported by the private jet class of Nigeria, you know, is likely to be depressing for the people who are looking for naira and who are monitoring the stock exchange, who are monitoring the inflation rate, and who are every day monitoring what Aboki FX is saying.
Well, I look forward to that video next week. And Dr. Abati, if I see you there, well, we're going to see more of it. It's not over.
You know Dr. Abati, Sandra.
Tell me.
Agbabola.
How much is money?
It's nothing. That was what we were playing when there was $100. I was just going to say that, to be fair to her,
yes,
and her spending ways,
right,
she's known to be quite philanthropic.
Okay.
So a number of people praise that about her. And tonight's event is actually it's a dinner to raise money and to give back.
Okay.
So tonight's one of the days is, so I think, just to be fair, it's quite opulent, but she has been said to be quite, you know, a giver, quite generous and supporting the poor and people in need. Yeah.
Now we know. Now
okay, happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday.
In spite of all the narratives.
Happy birthday. Absolutely, it was good to do.
It's not easy to be 50.
Yes, absolutely.
But this is one birthday.
No, can we go on?
Dr. Abati has not asked for implication.
Well, he's already gotten it. Don't worry, he got the card. He got the card already.
Move on, Ojy.
Well, we'll say again, happy birthday, Aisha Achimugu. We'll continue on what's trending with some cherry news. Well, according to Time Out's edition of 50 Best Cities to Visit in 2024, Lagos took the 19th spot, outranking tourist destination cities such as Dubai, Miami, and Singapore. Time Out, a renowned publisher of city guides and magazines, derived its rankings from a comprehensive survey involving over 20,000 city dwellers worldwide and its network of editors across the world. The magazine considered various criteria of ranking Lagos in the top 20 list, including factors such as food quality, affordability, cultural richness, vibrant nightlife, the overall feel of the city, community vibes, access to green spaces, historic sites, and more. Dubai ranked 28th on the list, while Singapore ranked 22nd and Miami ranking at 23rd. Rufai Oseni, I mean, isn't this some good news? I am very familiar with Time Out and, you know, their publication. I always look forward to looking at, you know, their top 20 lists on some of my vacations. It's amazing to see that Lagos ranked 19 on the list.
I'm excited. Good news. Congratulations to Lagos. But this ranking, when you read it deeply, is just based on vibe.
Okay.
Vibe does not make a city.
Okay.
Vibe has its own angle. Yes, feel-good factor, tourist sites, rich historical, you know, landscape, culture, Nigerian art scene, Nigerian artists, the likes of Moraino or Yelami, command top dollar all over the world, and you see all the galleries that feature all of this work, the likes of works of Bruce Onabakre and all of that. Lagos Island, a melting pot of a lot of culture, a lot of street food, cheap street food you get on the streets in Lagos. Sometimes on Saturdays like that, I become a tourist in Lagos. I just walk down from one end of Broad Street to the other end of Broad Street, just looking at those colonial buildings and all of that, deep on the Lagos Island and all of that. But the question is, what's the level of security around there? Moving on, other parts of Lagos, you got a couple of green spaces and all of that, but those green spaces are now being inundated with the activities of real estate developers that have been on all those green spaces. And speaking of green spaces, I don't know the state of the NNPC Kano Park today.
It's a driving spot.
No,
every weekend,
in recent times.
People are there.
On the mainland, in recent times.
Yes, every weekend. It's a major realization spot.
In recent times, I saw a report that was not too major as regards it, so it should be checked and looked at properly. Well, some of the, what is it called, they are being left to rot. So something should be done as regards that. But also, I like the feel-good factor of Lagos. It's a vibe, like I said. But what about the environmental sanitation?
Right.
And that's why this is a sharp contrast to the economic magazine ratings. What about the state of traffic and transportation? What about the security? Those are hardcore stuff. What about the infrastructure? Healthcare. We're happy about the Blue Rail and all of that kicking up. What about those other factors that the economists will look deeply in? You know, can you, like somebody did something they call the gutter test.
Yeah.
in Rwanda that they entered the gutter. I think it was with Maya tried to eat in the gutter. Can you eat in the gutter in Lagos?
All right.
Are the gutters even flowing? You know, what's the state of, so all of those things, that's what we need to do more to make. But apart from that, based on time and what time I said, Lagos is a vibe. It's a vibrant city and it's lovely. And also kudos to the government with this, you know, New Year celebration we did to herald the new and all of that.
That was great.
That's another good one. Has a lot of rich history, has a lot of rich events. But the major ones, healthcare, infrastructure, all those things, the sanitation condition, the state of security, the state of area boys and all of that.
We've heard you. Well, can we allow Ayo breathe? I mean, this is an original Lagos. I mean, this is congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
And your governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who's done really, really well. And I love the fact that, you know, they made this list. But like Rufai said, is in contrast with that, you know, economics intelligence unit report, which ranked it last year as the 4th worst city to live in. I mean, I can say that, you know, I mean, I don't know if they did the type of survey Time Out did. The survey has been doing, well, I mean, Time Out has been doing really well. Yeah. Well, kudos to you. Kudos to your government.
Well, thank you very much. Let me take our moment of glory.
Yes, take it.
Of what it's yours. Say. So in case you're planning to come to Lagos State, the 19th ranked best city in the world by Time Out magazine, which has been in operation since 1968.
Absolutely.
As a London magazine, but with offices across about many countries across the world. When you get in,
there's even a Nigerian edition.
So enjoy the AC from the Murtala International Airport when you walk into Nigeria. I hear it's better now.
Is it working now?
It has been refurbished. It has been refurbished.
It's working. Okay, the new terminal is working.
Then when you enter, then you meet our very friendly officials from immigration who welcome you the first phase of Nigeria. Then you drive alongside the newly built Lagos, the airport road. But let me tell you a few places to go to. You can visit the Nikkei Art Gallery in Lagos Island. You can go to our beautiful museum in around Oniko. Visit some of our stadiums.
The museum still functioning.
It's functioning excellently well. Then visit
our
beaches.
Yoruba Museum.
We have beautiful
museum.
Can I sell my state?
Ayo, no greed.
Thank you. No greed for anybody.
Thank you.
You go to Maldives.
She's talking about the JK Randu.
Really, guys?
Thank you very much, Dr. Abati. That was the JK Randu Center. And then you go to any of the beaches. Visit Ilashe, for instance. Very lovely. Then Eco Atlantic is another frontier for investment. Come to Lagos State. It's the center of excellence. Number 19.
You left Oniru Beach. Last time I mentioned Oniru Beach. You mentioned the Shrine. Kuti Bistro. They mentioned the Rock Hard Cafe and DJ Obi.
Yes.
So Lagos is 19th in the world because of pepper soup and
jollof vibe. You're not
talking about them
restaurants.
Yeba. Berkeley Street, Lagos Island.
Welcome to Lagos. I love Lagos. I've been living here for years now. I love it. Kudos to you, Aya. Kudos to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. We'll take another story. Well, Nigeria's former Vice President, Atiku Abubakar, has asked President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to account for NNPC's $3.3 billion emergency crude repayment loan announced in August last year, a transaction which the Tinubu administration says will support the naira and stabilize the foreign exchange market. Atiku made the demand in a post on X, posing several questions. His tweet reads in part, Tinubu's administration owes Nigerians an explanation for the NNPC $3.3 billion emergency loan. The curious thing about this transaction is that up till now, the federal government continues to keep mum about it. And the only information available to the public on the mega deal is coming only through unofficial sources from the NNPC. The deal is supposed to be a crude for cash loan arranged by the African Export-Import Bank. According to information available, a special purpose vehicle called Project Gazelle Funding Limited is driving the deal, and it was incorporated in the Bahamas. What is even more confounding about this deal is why the federal government would register a company in the Bahamas, knowing full well the recent scandal of the Paradise Papers that involved that country. Curiously, also, Nigeria's current barrels produced daily is 1.38 million, And according to the Project Gazelle deal, Nigeria is to supply 90,000 barrels of its daily production, starting from 2024 till it's up to 164.25 million barrels for the repayment of the loan. Now, this is where the details get disturbing, because Nigeria's benchmark for the scale of crude per barrel in 2024 is $77.96. A simple multiplication of that figure by 164.25 will give us a whopping $12 billion. It is on this note that we are calling on the federal government to speak up on this shady deal. It is inconceivable that the federal government will lead the country to take a loan of $3.3 billion with an interest rate that is not more than 12%, but with estimated repayment amount of $12 billion. That is a humongous differential of about $7 billion between what is in the details of the deal on paper and what indeed is the reality. We therefore demand, on behalf of the ordinary people of Nigeria, that the federal government provides answers to the following questions. 1. Has the federal government assessed the loan? 2. Is the loan in the government's borrowing plan as approved by the National Assembly? 3. Who are the parties to the loan and what specific roles are they expected to play? 4. What are the conditions to the loan, including tenor, repayment, terms, the collateral, and the interest rate? 5. And lastly, why register an SPV in the Bahamas, knowing the recent scandal of the country's notoriety for warehousing unclaimed assets? Dr. Abati, while I catch my breath, I have a lot of questions. I mean, my main question is really, this is to stabilize the naira and get more effects in our reserves. But for me, I think that the questions that Atiku Abubakar has posed here are very, very germane to this deal. This was back in August, and we were very, very, very excited because we figured that this will help us stabilize the naira. Look at what we are seeing here. I believe I was traveling last year, and I missed my flight. This was in Qatar, and I needed to buy another ticket, right? And I didn't have what do you call that currency again? I didn't have their currency. I only had dollars. And I was stranded. I needed to buy a new ticket with the dollars I had. They said, no, you cannot purchase this ticket with these dollars. What are you looking for, Dr. Abati? You are looking for Qatar money. Oh, you have it in my pocket.
So that I get the name for you.
I couldn't find it. So I was saying, how am I going to fly? My credit card wasn't working and I was stranded. So I had to, find a way to get bureau de change and change the money. The moral to my story is the dollarization of the economy, the Nigerian economy. We need to find a way to stop that nonsense. Like you mentioned earlier, the CBN says that, our naira is undervalued. I think that this whole deal, I don't know how it even helps in the first place. We need to hear answers.
Okay, we discussed this earlier on and said Waziri Atiku Abubakar, not just as a politician, leading an opposition party, but also as a citizen, like every one of us, has a right to ask questions.
Yes.
And it's the responsibility of government to provide explanations. And some of those questions that he has raised, they are not questions that have been addressed in the frequently asked questions about this deal with Afrizim and the Gazelle SPV. These questions will still have to be addressed by the NNPC that is in charge of this. But however, after our discussion, just to show that people are already responding, the chief spokesperson of NNPC sent a message to my phone. He repeated some of the frequently asked questions about Project Gazelle. And then this is his conclusion. I can't read the whole thing. I'll just read part of it. He says Nigeria has over 35 billion barrels of proven reserves that are yet to be exploited. And these reserves can be used to raise the required funding, amongst other things, by utilizing a forward sale financing. This strategy helps securitize Nigeria's proven oil reserves. We can immediately improve the flow of foreign currency rather than waiting for years. Forward sale financing can significantly boost the availability of foreign currency for an oil gas dependent country by supporting more exports and bringing in overseas funding. This helps to improve the country's ability to pay for imports and manage its overall economy. And it goes on and on and on. And it says, in line with the provisions of the latest PIA and NNPC Limited's journey towards operational excellence and economic contribution, as a limited liability company, Project Gazelle balances immediate financial requirements with long-term stabilities. Further inquiries should be directed to Olufemi Shoneye, Chief Corporate Communications Officer, NNPC Limited.
Okay.
So you see, we got an immediate response, but they still have to respond to those specific questions.
All the questions. I thought it was important to highlight the questions one by one. Well, I'd like to thank you all for your great analysis, as always, on what's trending. We're going to dance that song with those guys. How much is money? It's nothing. Dr. Abati, I don't want to see you anywhere this weekend. I'm just kidding, because you said you're
not my kind of
not your kind of party. Well, all right. I'd like to thank you guys, as always, for your contributions on What's Trending. Well, that's all I have for you on What's Trending today. I'll see you all next week.